What's up, Digidestins? Did you hear the bell? That means another day in the Market Watch. So, as it's our Sunday Market Watch and it's my birthday, so we're going to just talk about some exciting stuff to talk. So, without further ado, let's dive in the video and talk about it. So, first off, let's talk about some EX05 stuff because that is fresh in our head. But before we even get further into that, I wanted to talk about one major thing that was announced during Nationals is that we're going to be having not one, not two, but 3 sets similar to Release Booster 1.0 and 1.5. They're going to combine what I'm hearing is 18, 19, and 20 into one massive 2-set box. So it's going to be similar to 1.5 as it was, which is not terrible, but you're going to see this cause some fluctuations, especially because it might create some weird jankiness if they do what they did last time, and that was some cards from set 3 was in 1.0, mixed in. So we had a really weird format that created diversity and change, which was pretty cool. So I don't have a disregard for what they're trying to do, especially seeing as 21 will be our major set. So I'm guessing the release of that one will be like September plus, I would go September, November or something like that would be where they want to go with it. Or it'll be like December, January, November, January as kind of that thing. So that once we reach 21, we're on the full release schedule. That is what I got from the announcement. So if you want to check that out, check any of the Discords and I'll make a post later about it. But with that information in mind, we need to take a look at stuff that is very important. Diaboromon definitely is looking really nice, and I'm excited that Diaboromon actually in EX06 has something that makes it worthwhile. So stuff like that is really important to take a look at. But let's get into the market itself. Fanglong Textured Animal Coliseum EX05, $26 and going up. No surprise there. One Deva made it through into the top 8 for the Nationals and Oceanic. So that is very much important to take a look at. So if Devas can make at least the top 16 cut, really good to know. So $26, no surprise here. Let's see what the Europe market is kind of just trying to hover him around. 22, and it looks like it's kind of just holding there. So 22s, 25s to 27s, which isn't bad. The Deva deck is pretty solid. I'm going to be straight. Then we do have Grace Nova actually starting to cool off. I expect this to hit 15, if not lower, sooner than later. The fact that it's holding in 20s is beyond me. The deck wasn't going to be able to top. And even though it's such a good rogue strategy, the problem comes down to it definitely needs its BT 16 counterpart, not BT 17. 16's counterpart. If it gets that, this deck actually does quite well. Europe side looking like 18s to 23s. It has a spike. I don't see it holding this price though. I definitely expect this to come down. Saber Dron finally cooling off where it needed to, and this was expected because after Nats, everybody was going to move this. There's no surprise there. Most people get off dead decks once a big competitive format happens. And with the fact that we also have the releasing of this as a promo easily accessible is very important to keep in mind. So Saber Dron definitely tanking and down to $12, and I expect this to drop more. So expect this to go more. Europe side looking like 13s to 16s. Then we have Zubermon. Zubermon's going up a little bit, but we finally got some at... Is somebody just pranking me here? Yep. Let's find another. So either that's not there anymore, and it's back to... Okay, 13s. 13s is not bad. So looks like the 10 sold, and then we have the 17s. But it is showing some upclimb, but it's going to definitely come down a little bit more. I don't know if Ragnarlordmon is going to be just enough. I mean, it's got so much support. This is more support than the Grace Nova had, so it's going to be very interesting to see what happens here. Europe side looking like 12 to 13s, which isn't terrible. Then we have Kuwagamon. Somebody decided to come through and clear out. We're at $10 a pop now. I knew this was just a ticking time bomb. Kuwagamon's just really good for the bug deck, and it's going to be good going forwards into, you know, even with Leopardmon X antibody. So just keep this in mind here. Kuwagamon is a definitely good card. Europe side looking like 6 to 7s. Then we have Minatamamon, Alternate Art Animal Coliseum, $8 and going down. $8.90 going down, which is no surprise. People have been picking up close to 8s, but I don't think it's going to move very much in the 9s. Unless there's a top 8 finish with the yellow vaccine with Minatamamon, I don't see it here. Europe side looking like €4.50, €7, and it's ticking up a bit. Sasuke Alternate Art, finally cooling off from this expensive little girl. This police officer that's going to arrest your butt, not bad. I think this is really solid to see her come down, and I'm excited to see her keep tanking. So, you know, 39s, no surprise here. Europe side looking like 30s, 33s. Good to see her coming down. Just, we'll have to see what happens next set, but I expect this not to be as high. Magnamon Alternate Art versus Royal Knights. Still climbing, boys and girls. We're hitting 78 to close to 80s. So cracking that makes your box. Europe side looking like €70 to €100. Just the Magnamon deck is going to be very scary. Meta Edamon Alternate Art. There was a top with Edamon. I'm surprised there isn't a lot of movement with that top 16 finish, but it looked like the 27 there was some decent movement, so people were getting hyped with the deck. So $8.25. I'm not surprised here. I expected to go up a little bit more if Edamon actually continues to actually be good. Europe side looking like 15s to 16. You guys are double the price as us. I wouldn't invest into double the price right now, but it's definitely showing some movements after your Nats run. Emperor Greymon across time climbing. This deck is going to be expensive. I don't have any doubts in my mind. The fact that you have Coromon and you have the support of the new Louis and the Ukamon, you know, this deck just has the right way of playing into the field. It's just such a fast deck, and it can clear so much security for relatively cheap cost, especially as your opponent's trying to set up. You can easily chip out like 3 security by the time your opponent's turn 2 goes through. Especially going first, this deck is very much an uphill battle to win if you don't have enough ways of stopping it. Europe side looking like €4.50, €6, €7. Same thing. Just wait it out. Darkness Bagra. I heard there was a top 662 with a Darkness Bagra. So, I mean, Bagra army in general got a top. If the deck actually does something further down the line, who knows? I'm going to say this. I expect this to go up. If Bagra actually makes top 16 in any capacity, expect this to get blown out. Just keep an eye on it and just pay attention to what the top 16 is, because 5 listings and boom, this thing will probably shoot up to be that $230 mark pretty quickly. Europe side looking like €7, €8, €80. Yeah, €69, €75. Crazy. Then we have Beelzemon Digital Hazard EXO2, $9 and going down, which is good to see it come down. I think once we get into after we get the restrictions in, Beelzemon is one of the better purple decks that you're going to be playing next to Levy. So I don't know, we might see some spikes if Beelzemon comes that way. Europe side looking like €7, €8, €9, 10s, and in the same ballpark going down. King Sukaimon, same thing with the Edamon. It's starting to show some sort of movement in the last couple days, just because of the tops. Just a couple buys, but, you know, promo's promo. You know, there's not many double listings unless you want to pay 14s. King Sukai is 3s, 4s. Yeah. Analog Man, Event Pack 5. I heard there's some issues with the events. Don't get me wrong. There is some chances that the events kind of got wonky a bit, and I'm not surprised there, but Analog Man is 32 and spiking a little bit. So, yeah. Europe side, €8, €9. Please send me these. Please send me for these dirt cheap. I would pay for your prices. I don't want to pay 30s. Send me my analog mans for my birthday. Please, Europe's players. Lord Nightmon alternate art versus Royal Knights, 24 and going up. Just Lucemon hype is here. It's still just going to keep going. It kind of plateaued earlier after the initial wave, but it's still climbing. People are paying 14s and 22s, so just keep this on your radar. Europe side, €9.50. 10s. Yeah, Lucemon hype. Coron showed some interest just a couple for this morning, but it's been showing some decent interest over the couple days. For the week that the Infirmon stuff got shown off, this Coron is still one of the better Corons you want to have in your arsenal, just because now Diaboromon can spam out even more tokens. The fact that if your opponent plays a Digimon, you have the Diaboromon basically give, what is it, jamming and blocker to your tokens. So that is just scary. An improvement to EXO1's version, so you guys won't be even touching that anymore. So this Caramon, though, you definitely want to have in your arsenal. Europe side, €1, €2. Green memory boost, $9, $12. Crazy here. Not surprised, but I overshot that one. English side looking like 14. People are buying it, though. Last couple days, people have been buying green more and more, and I'm not surprised because we are going to start seeing more green stuff coming through in the form of, you know, BT16. So that's going to be vitally informative. Excuse me, you skipped way too much here. But we're going to go into Takuya. Takuya, the scanner. Actually, somebody came along in the last few days. On the 24th, somebody came and basically bought out like $800 worth of this stuff. Crazy. Europe side, €50, €150. Agumon X Antibody. We got a judge promo announced, so I expect this to come down more. Once we get the judges in circulation, this is going to start tanking fast, because there's going to be people that view judges harder to get than pulling from a box. So yeah, we're going to see that movement soon. Europe side looking like €30, €40. Imperial Dramon Fighter Mode alternate art across time, $18.50. Just Imperial Dramon hype in general. Dang Bang just proving to be Dang Bang. Dan, stop doing things with Imperial. Stop making people want to buy Imperial. Just kidding. You know. Europe side looking like 12s to 13s to 15s. Good to see that you don't affect the Europe side, Dan. Gravity Crush, Red Hybrid, Shenanigans, 34s going up. At least it's in the 30s right now. Europe side 7s to 9s. Please send them my way. Taiga Event Pack 4. $50. What in the name of goodness is happening here? Nobody's been buying them, but it's kind of weird to see. I don't think I caught this months ago when this thing originally spiked to this price, and it's holding strong here. I don't know why you want to expect this to be this strong, but don't. Europe side looking like €4, €5, €6. See, that's a reasonable price, not that Taiga. Heavy Leo definitely did some work in Europe, in the Oceanic Nationals, so definitely reached top 16. Didn't make it top 8, I don't think. So it might have, I don't remember. I know the Edamon got knocked out in the first round of top 16, and then the Heavy Leo, I think, made top 8. So it's not bad. I think it just got knocked out in top 8. So Heavy Leo is Heavy Leo. If you guys want to play a decent deck, this is definitely good. Europe side looking like €6, €7. Boncho Leomon alternate art Animal Coliseum, $8 and going down. Wouldn't sleep on the Boncho. I think Boncho is definitely a 1 to 2 of alti, but that's up to you. Europe side 14s to 15s. Yeah, we're half your price. Metal Grumon X Antibody X Record going up, boys and girls. Just now touching $8 a pop. So I expect BT16 no, 15 is gonna just do something. We're at $9 a pop, so we're definitely gonna have a month of that nightmare. Europe side looking like 6 to 7. You know, it's the West, it's Melga X. So Metal Grumon X So just keep that in mind. So, but without further ado, guys, hopefully you enjoyed the market watch. Hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, stay safe, stay healthy, and I'll catch you next one. Peace.